Good morning, angry old Hoops fan here. This is a Friday rant, something I think I might start doing. We'll see how it goes. It's basically an opportunity for me to complain about the things I didn't have a chance to complain about or didn't complain about enough. And I'm going to start with an observation. Over the years, it seems like each season a new precedent is set regarding salaries. It's even with coaches now, but especially with the players. And the whole league says, oh crap, okay, well, this is how it's going to be now. And the salaries get more absurd. And these players keep getting paid more. And in turn, they complain more. They're getting paid more and complaining more. And who I have on my mind in particular is Paul George. I'm thinking about the fact that these guys can't just focus on themselves and be happy. They got to look at other people. And that's a symptom of being a spoiled brat. You are getting paid more and more and more. And all you can think about is, yeah, but how much is it compared to him? I can't remember what parental figure it was as I was growing up, but somebody said, you'll never be happy if you're always concerned about what somebody else has. You'll never be happy if you're always comparing yourself to someone else. Focus on yourself. Paul George isn't being shorted money. Paul George isn't suffering. Klay Thompson wasn't suffering in Golden State. We'll go to, let's talk about Klay for a minute. I'm glad he's gone. I know Bay Area people have a hard time with me saying that. I'm glad he's gone. He's like a organ that had cancer. And the only problem is that the main source of the cancer, Draymond Green, is still inside the body. So I can't celebrate too much because he's still there. But look, Klay used the excuse of feeling disrespected by the Warriors when they offered him what they offered. Then he got offered even less by the Lakers. Didn't go there. Overall, it's less unless you bring up the tax thing, going to Texas. You guys, these people, how many years has Klay been in the league? And now he's realizing that there's a tax advantage of going to Texas. These people don't need to make decisions based on that. The first thing Klay did when he got to Texas was look for the biggest mansions in the richest part of town. Okay, these people don't have problems. They don't have financial problems. But Klay then switches his story and says, I just wanted to go where I had the best chance of winning. Klay, you could have had a great chance of winning in Golden State as long as you would put your ass at the very, very, very end of the bench and stop going in and hurting the team. And take less money so that they could bring in some people that they need instead of your sorry ass. But, these are only a few examples. I saw the Paul George thing, and he's podcasting about it already. These poor bastards and their hardships. They have plenty of time. They have plenty of time to go set up their podcast and tell everyone their version of how they got effed over with their $200 million contracts. Oh, man. Just give me what Kawhi's giving. Just give me what Kawhi's getting. Fuck. What Kawhi's getting should not be how you decide what you are getting, and you didn't deliver shit. How about if you deliver shit? Not that I want to defend Kawhi, but at least Kawhi has a championship. And at least Kawhi was the main guy during that championship run. Anyway. Yeah, I'm going to get heat for that one because don't get me wrong, I'm not defending Kawhi. Speaking of people sitting out a lot, we'll go from Kawhi to Bronny, who has trace swelling. The resilient 19-year-old body. But what I'm really mad about are the people out there that this works on. They're just using new terms to try and impress the weak-minded, easily influenced people, just like contusion. Contusion is another word for a bruise. And you got to say contusion because you're getting paid millions of dollars to participate in a physical game. And we're supposed to accept that you sit out because you endured a bruise while 10 guys are on a court battling. No, you keep playing. And therefore now it's called a contusion. And now trace swelling. My God, those of you who are swayed by these stupid things, let's talk about Team USA for a minute. Obviously, one of the topics is going to be that LeBron James was voted as the best player on the team. Okay. It took the live show that we did Wednesday for someone to point out that it was the select team that did this voting. The younger guys, the junior team. Now, I felt a little bit dumb or irresponsible for having talked about it without knowing that. And so I went back and I was looking at the sources and even the shows I had listened to that were talking about it. They don't mention it. They don't mention it. Look at all these different headlines that say LeBron James still got it. LeBron James is still the man. LeBron James is seen as the best player by teammates of Team USA. Nobody bothers to mention who exactly voted. That's deceptive. You want to talk about unprofessional? Me, a YouTuber, felt a tinge of guilt for not having thoroughly researched that before talking about it. But you know what? I even listened to The Odd Couple, and they went on and on and on, and it was entertaining because Rob Parker was talking about if LeBron James is the best player on your team, then God help Team USA. Indeed. But guess what? Even during that long rant, they never pointed out who voted. Come on. I mean, you want to talk about an effort to keep LeBron James relevant. Deceptive reporting. And let's be clear, I have a problem that the young guys even voted that way. But obviously every generation is getting dumber. Sorry, you young guys that are fans of my channel, you're just going to have to get tough and understand that I am not holding back. There are exceptions to the rule, and let's just consider that you guys are exceptions to the rule, but you are surrounded by a generation of fucking shitheads. So what else with Team USA? I saw the headline that we beat Canada, and they did the same thing that they did all season to Anthony Davis. Now they did it to Steph Curry, combining stats of two players. They let you know that Anthony Edwards got 13, and then Steph and LeBron combined for 19. Gee, you wonder if an alarm went off in my head? Sure enough, I go and I look, and it's not quite as horrible as I was expecting it to be, but it was pretty bad because Curry had 12 of the points, which means that LeBron had 7. Saying that Curry and LeBron combined for 19 definitely sounds better than saying that LeBron had 7. And LeBron had 2 free throw attempts there. And you can tell by this, I don't even have to watch the game to see what happened. You can tell by this photo that it's LeBron being the recipient of other people being better players. Once again, getting the dime. I mentioned on the Sunday live stream, LeBron James is basically an overglorified Gafford. Hey, set me up for the easy finish. I'll do it. Good for you, LeBron. You're the GOAT. You can finish at the rim when people give you dimes. And get 7 points. Before I move on from the Team USA topic, what's with the USABasketball.com stats, the box score. They don't record turnovers? You want to talk about benefiting LeBron James? I see that they won't let the nepotism thing die, the desperate attempt to make what LeBron James did seem like it was not only not bad, but possibly even good. And now they're bringing up Tim Tebow. It's not like I was a big Tim Tebow fan, but I do believe he won the Heisman in college. That's a little bit different than somebody scoring 4 points a game on a shitty team. Come on. You're disrespecting everyone listening when you say things like this. And guess what? People still knew that it was going to be a risk with Tim Tebow going into the NFL, but he was a Heisman Trophy winner. Giving him a chance makes a lot more sense, does it not? And I do seem to recall him having some good moments. I remember him leading Denver to a win. Was there only one? I'm sure there were more. You might see me talking about Chris Broussard a strange amount. I have a bunch of episodes on him that I haven't finished. I just jotted down my initial thoughts because so much crap's coming out of that dude's mouth that I can't even keep up. But here's the thing. I want to try and explain. It's disappointing. You know, a lot of people out there are saying terrible, dumb things. But yeah, I was thinking, well, then why do I even listen? Why do I even listen to The Odd Couple? And it must have been better at one point in time, or maybe Rob Parker was keeping me listening. But let's just say that I expect more out of a 55-year-old than the never-ending excuse-making and apologetic behavior of Chris Broussard. I mean, no matter what the topic is, this guy is now saying, yeah, but. Anyway, so if you're wondering why you see me talk about Chris Broussard going forward, that's why. All right, that's enough for one Friday morning. Have a good weekend.